So let me see. I don't know what kind of music you listen to, but I'm like more of the pop, country, pop, pop country or pop.
Whatever you were just playing was great.
Okay.
That's fine.
I love Morgan Wallen. Let's see if you can hear it.
My granddaddy ran down in East Tennessee.
Turn off that old pop music.
Guess that's where I got my
I'm on video.
speed. People
No,
know
no,
their pain.
Let's see. I don't want it to be everything. Okay. So you can hear it, right?
Yeah. Yep, I can hear it. One of these days I'm going to figure it out. I'm still learning.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I can see the sound right there.
Yeah.
I'm a little crazy. Okay, so today we're talking serious credit.
Super serious.
So we're giving y'all a little bit of time to get on. I'm going to check and see if we're live.
You're live on my end.
Oh my God.
What's annoying is that Instagram is being fickle and will not allow us to stream on their website.
Yeah, I don't know. Let me share it. Okay. Yeah, I have to share it. It's not live on my Facebook. I'm not live.
You're not live?
Mm-mm. But
Do you want to jump out and jump back in?
I just shared it. It should be okay.
Okay. Yeah, my end it's public. Just make sure yours is public.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
I shared it. I think I've never went live. I think I shared it every time, actually.
It's interesting. Have you given Restream permission on your actual Facebook?
I think you did, Samina. No, I don't know.
We'll have to do that. We'll have to look at it.
Yeah, I've been doing so much. I have no idea.
Yeah, you're good. Next time we'll do that beforehand. Make sure that it's set up correctly. Let's go ahead and get started.
It is 59.
59, and we're gonna hit the go button. All right, you good?
Yes.
All right. What is up, friends? Welcome back to the Real Estate Roast, where we roast the myths, spill the mortgage tea, and sprinkle in just enough chaos to keep things spicy. I'm Ashley, your mortgage girl with a credit score obsession and a love for green olives.
And I'm Mercedes, your local real estate hype woman and professional truth teller. And today, y'all, we're talking credit. Dun, 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 dun.
Yep, that mysterious number that determines whether you get the keys to a cute little bungalow or keep paying your landlord's mortgage for another year.
And spoiler alert, your credit score is not a reflection of your worth, your intelligence, or whether you remember to bring your reusable grocery bags.
Let me set the scene. You just found the perfect house, front porch, big yard, maybe a cute kitchen that screams, "You're a grown-up now." You send it to your realtor with heart eyes and start mentally decorating.
And then the lender calls. Your credit score starts with a 5. Your dream bubble popped.
And suddenly you're texting me like, "Can I be real with you? My credit is crap. Oh my goodness, my credit is trash." Meanwhile, I'm like, "Girl, same, or once upon a time."
Half the population has been there. The other half, they're lying. Let's normalize it and fix it instead of hiding from it.
Credit myths are like exes. They show up uninvited and leave you broke. So let's debunk a few. My debit card builds credit. Nope, not okay. My cousin boosted his score by buying a car, and now he's broke with a repo. I pay my bills eventually. Sis, that's not fashionably late. That's just financially cursed.
Yeah, eventually. What the heck? Okay. Okay, Ashley, pretend I'm clueless and deeply afraid of numbers. What are the fastest ways to go from meh credit to, ooh, look at her score?
All right, besties, here's your glow up checklist. Number one, we need to know your score. DM me credit and I'll help you pull it. No judgment, pinky promise. And we can do a soft pull that won't ding your credit. So we can we'll look at 2 of the 3 scores and then we can figure out what's going on from there. We're going to check your reports. We'll walk through what's helping, what's hurting, what shouldn't even be there. We'll dispute the trash, old collections, duplicate accounts. We'll clean it out like a junk drawer. If I can't help you, I've got some people who can. We're going to set payment reminders. I don't care if it's just $15. Let's just be on time.
Pay your bills.
Yes, ma'am. Let's pay down those balances. On those credit cards, we need to be under 30% of your limit. Under 10% is chef's kiss. Don't close those old cards. Your 2009 Old Navy card is holding your credit down for you. Like, that history is important. We can open a secured card if needed. Just use it for gas or groceries and pay it in full every single time. And then we're going to track your progress. We celebrate every 10-point jump around here like it's a birthday.
Yay! So I think it's awesome that you mentioned all of that, because I tell people all the time, like my lender, Ashley, she can help you and pre-approve you with your credit. All you do is put your information in. This is free. And if you're not ready, Ashley's going to help you build your credit and get you ready for whatever time is your goal or whatever time is actually realistic. So when people ask me, what does she do? Well, she just told you. So, it's like a group project where one unpaid $47 Target card drags down the whole grade.
Exactly. I'm like the group leader who will help you fix it, and I don't even make you do the PowerPoint. Comment me, and I will send you a printable version of the credit glow up so that you have that to look at. One girl I talked to, her score jumped 53 points in 45 days. No magic, just a plan, consistency, and me yelling, "You've got this," via text.
Yeah, right. I feel like that's magic. No, anyway, that's realistic. That's the energy we love. And another one of Ashley's people went from "I'll never buy a house" to "Holy crap, I qualify."
That moment is my favorite. You don't have to be rich or perfect to buy a house. You just need a plan and someone who believes in you. Spoiler, that's me and Mercedes.
Yep. And if you're out here thinking your credit is way too far gone, stop it. You are not a lost cause. You're just pre-glow up.
I don't care if your score starts with a 4, 5. I've seen it all. I'll make you a plan with steps you can actually do without selling your plasma or crying into your Chick-fil-A nuggets.
Yeah, if you gotta sell your plasma to get money, I do not recommend Chick-fil-A chicken nuggets. But anyway, that's a little bit of a financial advice. DM her, ask questions. She'll look at your situation, give you real advice, and hype you up while you're doing it.
Absolutely. So, Mercedes, from a realtor's perspective, how does credit affect things on your end?
So obviously I'm just a realtor. My expertise is the real estate market, but
Just a realtor? What?
the realtor. But I know a lot about the real estate market, especially in Murfreesboro. But I think that, like, overall, like, generally speaking, I just want to remind everybody, Ashley can work with credit scores as low as like 580. Even sometimes she can get as low as 500. Now, obviously, like, you're gonna have to pay, more money up front with a higher interest rate and stuff like that. But a lot of times that works for people who has, moolah, but they made mistakes, in their past, not past life, but in their before, later down the road, they made mistakes. So, they now they're making money, they're slowly building, or whatever the case may be. So that will work perfect for people like that. So yeah, I just want to remind everybody, 580, the better your credit, obviously, the less money you're going to put down. But just because you have 500 or 580 doesn't mean that, Ashley can't pre-approve you. And pre-approval is like we have to have it. It's just very beneficial to us realtors. We're more knowledgeable about you as our client. We can put educated, strong offers in when you're pre-approved. We could even save you money when you're pre-approved. There's a lot that we can do when you're pre-approved. So just wanted to do
Absolutely. Yeah, and we were talking about a little bit earlier, we were talking about student loans and
that.
how that actually some people we have on this side of the spectrum that they're like, I can't afford things because I have student loans, but all of your money doesn't actually account towards your DTI, which is your debt to income ratio. We only count 0.5% of that over a certain amount. So, and then also on the other side of things, some people don't realize that their student loans do count against them. So, it always, you just need to fill out the application and we can walk through it so we can pull your credit and see what we're actually working with numbers wise. And we can come up with a plan. There's been a couple people in the last couple of weeks that's what we've been working on. Somebody had high credit, but they had a really high DTI, which is their debt to income ratio. And so we had to work on paying some of that down in order to be able to pre-qualify as well. So there's just lots of different things there.
Well, I think a lot of people think that credit is like the number one determinator of getting pre-approved, and they don't realize that there's a lot more to pre-approval than just credit. You don't have to have perfect credit, but you have to pay attention. Like if you're spending and you got more bills than actual money that you're bringing in, and you're like negative hundreds of dollars every month in your bank account.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we can't get you pre-approved, even if your credit score is a 700. So keep that in mind. It's all a balance. So
It is for sure. And if for any reason, like you come to me, we fill out an application and there's some numbers that just aren't numbering, I have other resources and other people that can actually that work specifically with credit that I can refer you to in that instance. So if it's outside my wheelhouse, I'm more than happy to make sure that you get the best help that you can.
yep. And Ashley is a realist. No, no, I guess I wouldn't say that. That's not the right terminology. But she's realistic. She's a real person, and she's personable. And I like to remind people every single time we get on this call, like you don't have to worry about getting a link that you just have to click on and figure it out. Like she's there to help you every step of the way. So that's very important, and I will reiterate that and praise that every single time.
Yes, we are real people. We're not just seeing you as a number, and we see you as a person as well.
Yes.
All right. Any last minute or last second things you want to mention before we head out today?
Yeah, actually, I do want to mention when you had said the credit, not credit, but your student loans actually affect only 0.5% of your credit. Like that only counts 0.5%. I don't know what y'all think that the student loans, how they actually affect your credit, because a lot of people think like I have student loans, I can never purchase a property. Well, surprise, it only counts 0.5% towards, like a negative. So it's not that big. I don't know if y'all are thinking it's 10% towards your credit or what, but 5% is not that bad. So even if you have student loans, I think the best thing for you to do, for the lender to give you advice, and for yourself so you can actually know, is just apply. And the good thing about Ashley's credit application or pre-approval application is it doesn't affect you, your credit. It's not a hard pull, it's a soft pull.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think another thing to mention there, because we talk about student loans, but also things in collections. So collectively, if those things are over $2,000, we have to use that amount of, if they're not making payments on it already, it's 5% of those amounts. So those can actually also hurt you as well. So you got to be careful with your collections accounts. But just giving information there, because I don't want people to be blindsided of like, well, I'm not making payments on those right now. Well, that actually can affect things. But we've got ways that we can figure out how to pay those off quickly, and different ways to kind of get around those things. If we've got money to throw at stuff, we can talk about debt snowballs. We've got lots of different options to get your debt to income ratio back to where it needs to be, which is normally around 50%. So that's just base. It fluctuates depending on which loan, but
That's not terrible either. 50%, like you got a lot of playroom with that. So
yes. Yeah, but a lot of people hover around that and they're like a little bit over. And so we got to kind of work the numbers a little bit to see if we pay this off, maybe we can get down below the 50%. So
Yes, yes. So I think those are all important things to realize. Like, get pre-approved. Like, that is the best thing that you can do for yourself if you're for really, really want to buy. Like, get pre-approved. Even if you think you can't, like, filling out Ashley's application is not going to affect your credit. You can still build that score with knowing exactly where you need to be. So I cannot like stress it enough. Get pre-approved, even if like I said, let me not repeat myself. Just get pre-approved. That's all I'm saying.
awesome. Well, that's it for today on the Real Estate Roast. Moral of the story, your credit doesn't have to be perfect, but it can get better, and I'll help you get there.
Yeah, you're not behind. You're just warming up, and we're here to walk with you, preferably with coffee in hand and bad advice in the trash.
Until next time, pay your bills, ignore Todd from the group chat, and remember, you can absolutely buy a house, credit chaos and all.
Bye, friend.